Good morning, guys. It is Saturday. Welcome on this early Saturday morning. I know, I get it. I get it. I know some of you guys, the majority of y'all, going to watch this on the replay, but it's all good. It's a little early on Saturday. But if you're here, guys, I've got something for you to smile about this morning. Matter of fact, I'm going to share with you the story is called Out of the Ashes from Setback to a Legacy. And the story is going to come right out of the book. Today, on Something to Smile About Saturday, you guys know that it comes right out of the book, titled by Something to Smile About. And hey, for all you new followers, all you people that are just joining us, listen, seriously, the whole thing, right? Something to Smile About Saturday, we came up with to add a Saturday to our daily social media lives. Monday, we start with Monday mindset, motivational mindset Monday. Tuesday, we do transformational Tuesday. Wednesday is Win This Day Wednesday. Thriving Thankful Thursday. Faith Your Fears Friday, which, by the way, if you have not seen Faith Your Fears Friday, go back and watch that from yesterday. It was amazing. Man, some good stuff. And then today, we just want to share with you a nice, heartwarming story. Not here to sell you anything, not here to recruit you, although if it works, why not? Come on board. We got room for you. But the story talks about how when a tornado, I guess the question really should be, what if your biggest disaster is just the prequel to your greatest destiny? I mean, what if the worst thing that ever happened to you, something good came out of it? And so the story, it goes from tornadoes to boll weevils to ruptured gallbladders. And today's story proves that God can use anything, literally anything, to launch a legacy. Because sometimes, guys, here's the mindset. Sometimes we look at setbacks like they're stop signs, when in reality they're just a divine detour. And so let me just go ahead and get into the story. It takes probably about a minute and a half to read the story. It doesn't take very long. But one of those things that the story is all about. What is it? What is it that is your challenge that, with the right mindset, with the right frame of mind, could really be an opportunity in disguise? So let's just kind of go out of it here. Well, here, I'll go ahead and tell you guys right now. Matter of fact, you guys already know this, but I wanted to make sure that everybody knows this whole Fun Life community. It's all powered by this guy right here, legendary speaker, trainer, motivator, Mr. Zig Ziglar, and his proud son, Tom Ziglar, the author of the foundational program Choose to Win that we start everybody on. I mean, those guys right there have been doing some incredible work, some awesome work, and we just want to simply be able to honor them to help us keep growing their legacy, and at the same time start growing ours. We're just kind of hitching our wagon to that train. And so today, guys, we just want to share with you the story to give you guys some hope and some encouragement. And so the title is just that, Out of the Ashes. Said many times or tragedy and or disaster spawn incredible accomplishments and enormous progress. A tornado in August of 1883 devastated Rochester, Minnesota, and yet from those ashes came the world famous Mayo Clinic. Check this out. Ready? According to Daniel J. Murphy in a recent article in Investors Daily, Mother Frances Alfred Mose, the founder of the Sisters of St. Francis, brought her untrained nuns to assist in nursing those who had been injured from the tornado. Now, while she was there, she convinced the leading town doctor to head up an unbuilt hospital she would later raise funds to construct. The physician and surgeon's name was William Worrell Mayo, and the hospital, St. Mary's, was the forerunner to and still affiliated with the world famous Mayo Clinic. Can y'all believe that? In the early part of the century, the 19th century, the 20th century, the boll weevil devastated southern cotton crops, hitting particularly hard in southern Alabama. Check this out. The disaster was a wake-up call for the need to diversify. The farmers in that area started raising peanuts, soybeans, corn, sorghum, fresh vegetables, and more. The economy improved so much that the residents of Enterprise, Alabama, that's the name of the town, actually built a monument to the boll weevil in the center of town. Guys, here's the thing. Here's your takeaway. You ready? I know it's early. I know. I get it. I know. Problems produce patience. Patience produces persistence. Persistence produces character, character produces hope, and hope produces power. Power, guys. Mr. Ziglar goes on to say that in my life, seeming disaster was a blessing in disguise. I was quickly approaching the publication date for my first book. See You at the Top, when my gallbladder ruptured because I was unable to travel. My heavy speaking schedule came to an abrupt halt for 22 days. During 19 of those 22 days, he was able to work 10 to 12-hour days while lying in bed or sitting quietly in a chair. Had he not had those hours, the book definitely would not have met the deadline. Message? You ready? When disaster strikes, ask what good can come of it. In many cases, you'll discover that a temporary disaster can turn into a long-term gain. And if we were to go, he has a little funny joke in here. He said, this is from Mary Crowley. She said, God made man. Then he stepped back, looked him over, and said, I can do better than that. And he made woman. So, guys, what are we going to learn from that? What's our takeaway? I'll go ahead and tell you right now, guys. The takeaway for that is just simply this: you don't look at setbacks like they're stop signs, because when in reality, with the right proper mindset, like I said earlier, they're going to be those divine detours, right? The detours are not final. They're just going to give you kind of a way to shift and pivot. So you just, a lot of times it's not a setback, it's a setup for an epic comeback of unbelievable proportions. So here's the thing. When this thing happened, Mother Alfred Mose saw the beginning of something beautiful. And she could have asked, why did this happen? But instead, she asked, what can I do now? I was on a podcast last night with Doug Greathouse, the profitable Christian entrepreneur, and we were talking about that. And matter of fact, this past Wednesday night, when church got canceled, you guys know the storms here in East Texas got pretty bad. We canceled church. I just simply put a post on social media. I said, hey, had a cancellation in my schedule. Who's open to talk and chat? And a conversation, a gentleman posted up it, and we connected, and man, we had a great conversation, and there's no telling what's going to come out of that. And so how can you apply that in your life? How can you be, what setback, what challenge, what situation are you going through that with the right frame of mind, you can actually use that for fuel, right? Because we talked about it earlier. The hospital she helped started became St. Mary's, and later the world-renowned Mayo Clinic. Now, if you go to the next story that we were talking about in Alabama, that little pest called the boll weevil wiped out all the crops. And so it caused the farmers to have to diversify. And all of a sudden now, today in Enterprise, Alabama, the town's name is no surprise, has a statue honoring that boll weevil. The very thing that forced them to grow, to move, to do something. And Ziglar said it perfectly whenever he talked about his gallbladder rupturing, right? It was a pause on his career, but that pause gave him the time he needed to finish writing now it's in its 25th anniversary, See You at the Top. Whoops, that's going to fall. Here it is right here. See You at the Top, 25th anniversary, bestseller, and he almost didn't write it. It was out of a challenge, a setback that came the finish. So what are you doing in your life right now that causes you to hit the pause button? To help you finish, to help you refocus on something that could completely change not just your life, but the life of so many, right? Here's the quote that Mr. Ziglar said: expect the best, prepare for the worst, maximize on what comes. That's what leaders do. That's exactly what leaders did back in the day. And it's what you can do today. So, cool kid, I'm telling you, be ready for it, because the next time life knocks you off your feet, hit the pause button, right? And ask yourself, what's the purpose of this pain? What have I come to, what can I learn from what I'm going through right now? And then number two, I want you to pivot and look for the opportunity in the opposition. That's where everything changes. And then press on, keep going, because with faith that God will work out all things together for your good, right? That's actually the verse. That's Mr. Ziglar's one of his favorite verses, and Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for the good to those who love God, to those that are called according to his purpose. And so when we start to put all that stuff together, right? I love Pedro's fun fact. Pedro, my man here, loves to come up with some fun facts. But he said that the town of Enterprise actually has a boll weevil monument. All right, that's one of the things that we read in the story in the middle of their city. It's the only U.S. monument built in honor of an agricultural pest. Because it's a reminder that even nuisances can be nudges toward progress. Who would have thunk? Who would have believed that, guys? And so here's my deal, my challenge to you guys. Right, we got to get out of here. We've got a garage sale that we're going to go help out with, and they asked us to bring our tacos. We're going to be serving some really good tacos this morning out at the garage sale off of Cumberland near Academy, back in behind there somewhere. But it's going to be fun, guys. But here's what I want to leave you guys with. Next time disaster strikes, don't react. Don't, that hot potato. Don't react. I want you to not even respond. I want you to reFIRE, right? Because I want you to ask God what he wants to build through you. What does God want to build through you whenever you find yourself in a situation that you almost feel as if you've been slighted. You almost feel as if it's your undoing. But I want you to change your frame of mind. I want you to change your mindset. And I want you guys to start to look at the opportunity that is before you. And for the rest of this day, I want you to tag somebody down below, another cool kid that maybe needs to be part of this. And I want you to just tell them, hey, listen, it's okay. It's okay that you've been through the fire. It happens to all of us. It's your time to rise. And so let's go from the ashes to taking some action to being awesome. And so for those of you just joining us, appreciate you guys being on here live. For those of you watching on the replay, I'm telling you guys, just a quick recap. When a tornado leveled Rochester, Minnesota in 1883, most saw disaster, but one woman saw destiny. And so that wreckage that led to that is what led to the founding of now the world-renowned Mayo Clinic. And so even down south in Alabama, when the boll weevil destroyed all those crops in Alabama, a town reimagined its economy and built a monument to the pest, to that nuisance that forced them to grow. And then even Mr. Zig Ziglar's gallbladder, who ruptured, was able to help him finish the now 25th anniversary edition of See You at the Top, guys. So disaster isn't always the end. It's not, guys. Sometimes it's that divine detour that we need for our calling. And ask yourself, what could God be building in the ashes of this setback that I currently find myself in? What is that for you guys? I mean, I'm telling you, with the right frame of mind, a lot of thing changes, guys. Hey, listen, this is the Childlike Faith podcast for that Christian entrepreneur who wants to grow and scale their business, right? That wants to be able to achieve the financial freedom they're looking for without sacrificing their time, their joy, their family, their faith. Guys, and sometimes it's just the part about slowing down, looking at the setback as a divine opportunity, as a divine detour that's going to help you achieve even more than you thought possible. Hey, this has been your playground guide, Johnny Juan Ortiz, here in the Fun Life community. Hey, listen, I'm telling you guys, if you want to join, if you want to set up, hey, let's connect right there at the bottom. DM me 903-570-0052. Go to funlifecoaching.com, or let's just connect, johnnyjuan.com. Adios, amigos.